Hello lovely, so welcome back once again on my channel. So in this tutorial I'll be walking you guys through on how you can achieve this beautiful wide leg palazzo pant with an elastic waistband. Yes guys, so this is the tutorial for today. If this is what you're interested in, please kindly watch this video to the end, and please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Okay, so as you can see here on my table, I have this beautiful Ankara fabric. Okay, so you can see I've already cut out the amount of fabric I'll be working on. How did I achieve it? I simply divided my thigh measurement divided by 2. So that is the amount you can see here. So you just take your thigh measurement, how free you want your thigh measurement to be, or you can simply divide your hip measurement by 4 added by extra inches, like 4 to 5 inches. So that is how you'll be able to get the amount of fabric you place on fold. So we are going to be cutting the front first. So after that, I went ahead to measure my length, the length I'll be working on, plus extra 2 inches for folding. So on this upper part here, I minused my band. I will be using 2 inches of my band. So the elastic I've worked on is a 2 inches elastic. So I minused 2 inches. Then I got my length plus the extra 2 inches for folding. Then the next thing, I divided my hip measurement by 4. So then I marked it. Your hip measurement divided by 4. You can go ahead and add extra 1 inch or half an inch to make it a more higher waist. So from there, now I'll go ahead and go up by 2 inches. Okay, for my hip line, this is the hip and this is the crotch line. So from the crotch line, I'll go ahead and, so in this tutorial I actually divided my waist measurement by 4 plus extra 4 inches. Okay, so I mark it like so. So whatever I had or whatever I got, the total, I'll be extending it all the way down to the crotch line like so. So this is what I have. So I'll go ahead and use my straight ruler to connect it. So from there, I'll go ahead and mark out my crotch. So you can see here, I'll be connecting the crotch. The total I used for the thigh measurement, I use a total of 16 inches. So I'll go ahead and connect. From the hip line, I'll connect it to the crotch line, forming my crotch curve. So this in this tutorial or this pant, we don't need any knee measurements. So you can see here, I came down by 1 inch from the crotch line. I was supposed to extend this by the side, but because my fabric is not enough, so I decided to just slant it like that. So I came in from the way the side by 1.5 of an inch to just get that shape. You can decide to leave it like that. It still doesn't mean, because you are going to be inserting elastic at the end. So you can see the way I slanted this. Okay, so from that side you can go up by half an inch before slanting, but nevertheless, because this is an elastic, it's not a fitted pant, so that's why I decided to slant it like that. So after that, I went ahead to cut it out. So we are done for the front. So the next thing is to go ahead and cut out the back. So you can see here, I've folded another fabric on fold. So I placed my front pattern, making sure I have enough allowance by the side and on top. Okay, so you can see I'm trying to extend the crotch line. So I've extended it. So I'll go ahead and extend my crotch measurement by 3 inches. So I use 3 inches from here and also from this crotch line. So I use a total of 3 inches. You can divide your hip measurement by 20, whatever you got, that will serve as your crotch line. So you can see here, I added an extra inches by the at the back crotch. So I added an extra inch. I don't know if this is clear, but you can just follow what I'm doing in the video and my explanation. So I extended it by 3. Okay, I extended the back crotch by 3. So you can see here, I'll go ahead and connect it with a slant curve like so. Just slant it to the side. So after slanting it, then the next thing I went ahead to do is to add extra inches at the side. So I added extra inches or 1.5 inches by the side. You can just go ahead and make this side equal, and your adding will just be by the crotch side. Okay, but for this I added at the side, and again I added at the crotch side. So the measurement I added at the crotch side is my crotch extension. So I just, after the crotch extension, I just mark it straight down. You can see I mark it straight down. Okay, so this is how it is. This is a free wide leg pants. So you can decide to make it how free you want. That will determine how free it will be. So you can see I'm trying to make sure everything is equal. When I was running, I wasn't getting a straight line, so that is why I measured it. Then I connected all the measurement with my straight rule. So we'll just go ahead and cut it out. So this is basically it. So there's no much no much perfect fitting here. Everything is just free. The important thing is to get your crotch line. That is the most important thing. Then you go ahead and determine how free you want it. So you can see I've cut it out. So this is the side. I'm trying to cut out the side now. So the side I added, you can make this, you can shift your front to the back side to be equal before cutting. So you can just, it depends, everything depends. So because this is not a fitted pants, there's no much work on this cutting. So you can see now I'm done cutting the back. So the next thing for us to do is to cut out our pocket. Okay, so before we start joining the pieces. Okay, so for me, I want to use the normal pants pocket, not the regular side pockets you can use on a dress. I wanted a normal pants or trouser pocket. So I folded my fabric into two. I have 8 inches by 13 inches. So you can see the way I'm cutting it out. So I've cut out one pocket. This is for the one pocket. So I love using this type of pocket for my pants. You can go ahead and use the regular side pockets you can use on a dress, anyhow you want it. So you can see, so I curve the down part. You can check on my channel, have other detailed tutorial on how to sew different kinds of pants. So that place is detailed how to cut a pant. So you can see I've cut out this for my stripe. Now we are going to be inserting rope. So we are going to be using elastic and rope. So I'll be using this to make a rope or a stripe. So you can see I have 1.5 inches. So I'll go ahead and fold it into two. I'll sew it. So I'll go straight to my sewing machine and we'll sew this together. All right. So first of all, we'll be joining our crotch lines. Remember, there is no zipper, so we are using elastic. So the first thing, so here I'm trying to mark out my pocket. So I went in by 2 inches from the waistline, then I came down by 7 inches or 7.5. That's for my pocket. Okay, remember I said I'm using the normal pant pocket, not the regular pocket, side pocket. So here now on my sewing machine, I would go ahead and join the crotch. So I'm trying to join the crotch first. So after joining, then I'll join the second crotch line. This for the front. Then I'll go ahead and, so you can see now I'm trying to sew in the pockets. So I place the pockets right side facing right side on my fabric. Then I'll go ahead and curve it. You can see the way I'm trying to sew. So it's like more of a curve or a slant line into the 7 inches downward. Then I'll go ahead and cut out this piece. I'll notch, give it a notch. Then you can decide to top stitch or down stitch before top stitching, but I decided to top stitch at once. So you can see I'm top stitching that part to give it a firm for it to lie down very firm. So after top stitching, so this is how the pocket is supposed to look. I don't know if you are getting me. So this is it. So instead of sewing like you flip like this, you flip. So you flip and sew before turning it. So sorry, this my fabric, it looks more, I don't know how to explain it. It's as if it's not clear. I don't know if you guys will understand or see what I'm doing. or the fabric is kind of busy, or so I don't know the word to use. Okay, so after sewing the pocket, this is what I have. So I'll place the pocket like this. I'm still trying to arrange the pockets very well. So you can see, I'll go ahead and stitch this part down. So you can see that this is not the regular side pocket. This is a normal pants pocket. This is how we sew pant pocket on the normal corporate trousers. So that is what I used. I didn't use the normal side pockets. So after that, I will stitch this down for them to be in place. So you can see this is the front pocket for normal pants front pockets. Yes, I think that's the right word. Okay, so I'm done with this side. You can see the pocket. I'll go ahead and repeat the process on the other side. So now I'm done. I'm trying to sew in my stripes. I'm done with the stripes. The next thing is to join both flaps to both crotches together, the front crotch and the back crotch. We're going to join them together like so, starting from the other end down to the other end. So here we go. Okay, so you sew. So we are joining the crotch, the front, both the front and back together. So after joining, the next thing is to now you can see I've joined both the sides. So after joining the side, this is what I have. We are going to attach our band. So I'm going to measure from the front side. I'll measure around what I have all round from front crotch round, then I'll come back to the front crotch. Whatever you have, that will determine the amount of band you are going to be cutting. So after cutting it out, go ahead and add extra ½ inch for sewing. Okay, so you can see I have a total of 5 inches. By the time I'll fold it, I'll be having 2.5 inches of band. So remember, like I said, I'll be using 2 inches of elastic, so that is why my band is 2.5 inches on fold. Okay, so you can see I folded it into 2. So the next thing now is to join it. So I'll go ahead and join it with the ½ inch. You can decide to use your eyelet, or you can decide to use your stripe, but in this tutorial I'll be using my stripe. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and sew. So I'll be leaving a space. The other half I'll just go ahead and sew from the other half into the center. I'll sew the first half of 2 inches. You can see 2.5. I'll stop at the middle. Then on the down part, I'll be sewing ½ inch. I don't know if this is clear. If you guys understand what I mean, we'll be leaving a space. We're not going to sew. So you can see now I've finished. So this is the space. This is the opening we left. The other fold, we didn't sew that part. So I don't know how best to explain this, but I hope you guys understood what I'm trying to say. So if you're using eyelet, at this point you just go ahead and in the center front middle here, you put your eyelet. You can see your eyelet, one here and one here. So instead of leaving the opening, but here I left an opening for my where my stripe was going to pass. So I'll go ahead and iron the seam down, open the seam. So this is it. So when you close it back, you can find out that the other side, the other half, okay, I think this is the perfect explanation. The other half of the 2.5, remember it's 5 inches of elastic band, so I divided into 2, making 2.5. So one part of 2.5, I did not stitch that part. Yes, I think now you can get me. So that part I did not stitch is going to be facing front. So I place this behind at the wrong side. So the part where I stitched, I place it at the wrong side. Okay, so I'm go ahead and fold after sewing it round. So this is how I'm going to close it up. I'll just use ½ inch from the part where I left open to cover the seam, to give it a neat finishing. So I think this is the best way to explain it. I hope you guys understand what I mean. So this is the part I left open, the 2 inches, the half part of 2.5 inches, the half part of the 5 inches on fold. So this is it. So after that, you can see how neat it's looking. You can see this is the wrong side, this is the right side. You can see very neat finishing, very neat finishing. So after that, the next thing now is to insert our elastic. Remember the part, the 2.5 inch side I left open, I didn't sew. So that is where I'm passing my elastic. I hope you guys will understand. By the time you experiment this, you are going to understand it perfectly. So I'm trying to insert my elastic. So this method, just insert your elastic, adjust it the way you want, okay, how free or how tight you want your waistband to be. So just adjust. If you feel like this is fine, perfect. So you go ahead and stitch, then you cut out the excess. So this is it. This way you just adjust. So now we are done inserting it. So from that hole, I'll be able to hide my elastic band inside. So the next thing now is to measure ½ inch here. You can see from here, from the band, ½ inch down and ½ inch upwards. So I'm going to stitch half inch upwards and downwards all around the band. So that's what I'm going to do. So while sewing, you can see here is open. So at the end, you are going to be left with 1 inch at the center where we're going to pass our stripe. Okay, so as you are sewing, make sure you open up, you drag the elastic before sewing ½ inch. As you are sewing, you drag it, you sew, you drag, you sew, you drag. Okay, so this is how you are going to continue until you finish. Then you do the other side, which is the down part. After that, then you are going to be left with 1 inch at the middle where you're going to be passing your stripe or your lace. If you are using an eyelet, you're going to be passing your lace. So here now I'm trying to pass my lace or my stripe. So you can see I'm trying to pass it in the middle where we left the 1 inch. So voila, we are done. This is what we have. You can see how beautiful and simple it is. So this is how best you can, very easy to make your wide leg palazzo pants with an elastic waistband and a rope or a stripe. So this is it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful tutorial. See you in my next video. Bye.